ago in the land of ancient Egypt, there lived an Israelite named Amram with his wife, Jochebed, and they had a beautiful baby named Moses. During that time, the king of Egypt, who was also called a pharaoh, hated all the Israelites. He was jealous of their success because a pharaoh that ruled Egypt before him had given them the best lands to live on. So, the wicked pharaoh commanded his soldiers to kill all the boy babies of the Israelites. Amram and Jochebed hid baby Moses from the Egyptian soldiers for 3 months. Soon, Moses began to coo and babble because he wanted to talk. That made it difficult for his parents to hide him any longer. What could they do? Of course they couldn't bear even the thought of losing their precious little one. Then Jochebed had an idea. She made a beautiful little bassinet for Moses and plastered it with asphalt to make it waterproof. Then Jochebed put Moses in the bassinet and placed it by the river where the Pharaoh's daughter usually took a bath. Jochebed also asked her own daughter, Miriam, to watch over the bassinet with Moses from a distance to see what would happen. And you couldn't imagine what happened. As soon as the princess, Pharaoh's daughter, saw baby Moses, she fell in love with him. He was such a sweet baby. So, although she knew that Moses was an Israelite, she wanted to adopt him and make him her own son anyway. Now, when Miriam saw all of that, what do you think she did? Miriam ran to the princess and offered to find her a maid to take care of the baby. Of course, the princess was delighted with the offer, so she gladly accepted it. And who do you think Miriam recommended as the best maid ever? Yes, her own mother. Moses' mother. And since Moses was now the adopted son of the princess, the wicked soldiers could not hurt him at all. So, Jochebed took care of her son, Moses, and she trained him in the ways of the Israelites. She taught him about the creator of the trees, the skies, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the whole wide world. Moses also learned that his people, the Israelites, were being enslaved by the wicked Pharaoh, and that one day the Creator would send a great man to set them free. But Moses could not live with his birth mother forever, because the princess was his adoptive mother. So the princess later took him to live in the palace. There in the palace, Prince Moses got the best education, wore the best clothes, and ate the best foods. But it made him sad to know that his own people were suffering as slaves in Egypt. One day, while Prince Moses was out riding in his chariot, he saw an Egyptian captain beating an Israelite slave. He tried to stop the beating, but instead he accidentally killed the Egyptian. Unfortunately, the news started spreading across Egypt that Moses had killed an Egyptian to save an Israelite. What would the wicked Pharaoh do to Moses? That made Moses so afraid that he ran away into the desert. Imagine walking through the hot desert by day. And by night? It must have been terrifying. But that is what Moses had to do to save his life. After walking through the harsh desert for many days, Moses came upon a village in a place called Midian. There he met and married a beautiful young lady named Zipporah. Her father, Jethro, was a good man who loved the creator of the trees, the skies, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the whole wide world. He gave Moses a job as a shepherd and allowed him to live in his house. So, Moses was pleased and thankful every day.